Puranaanam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shri Guru Charana Dvandvam Andeham Matita Dussahadvandvam Granti Grahopashantim Pamsumayamisya Bhasitam Atanute. So here the shlokas are on Atma Anusandhanam, that is contemplation on the true nature of the Atman, which are all coming as declarations by the realized soul. So in the 109th sloka that we saw last class is Udayo ahameva jagatam upanishad udyana krita viharoham udvela shoka sagara badava mukha havya vahana archiraham. So here the purport is that I am the source from which everything emerges. The whole creation has emerged from me only, and I am always roaming in the park or forest of Upanishads, contemplating on the Atman. Then Urdvela Shoka Sagara Badava Mukha Havyavahana Archiraham. That is, I am the fire that burns away all the whole ocean of misery. So that is the idea. Then in the next sloka that we are going to see today in detail is Gurjaswala Nijavibha Vairur Nijavibha Vaihi Urdhvam Daha Tiriya Ashnuvano Ham Apoha Vicharehi Urari Krita Kritavat Pratiyamanoham. So Urjaswara, the very brightly burning fire of knowledge. Nija Vibhavaihi Urdhvam Adaha Tiriyak Ashnuvanoham. So I am everywhere, up, down, front, back, everywhere. I am the one who is seen everywhere as the cosmos. Ashnuvanoham. That is, I am pervading everything. Uha poha vicharehi, by applying this Vedanta concepts to logic, I have concluded that it is my own Swarupam that is being spoken of everywhere in the scriptures. So I am the Brahman which is being established in the scriptures through logic also. So this is the meaning. The purport of this or the importance of this logic is to be noted that even if the Shruti says that you are so and so, unless it is proven by logic, we won't take it. So only logic can appeal to us, not just Shruti. So that is why logic has been given a very important place, secondary to Shruti. That is, logic has to follow the teachings of the Shruti and not be detrimental to it or contradictory to it. So that is the idea. Shrutimatas tarkonusandhiyatam, dustarkat suviramyatam, srutimatas tarkonusandhiyatam. This is what Shankaracharya has said in the Sadhana Panchakam. Dustarkat suviramyatam. So we have to give up a wrong logic, which is detrimental to the Shruti pronouncements, but we have to definitely adhere to that logic, which is in tune with the Shruti passages. Srutimatas tarkonusandhiyatam. So here in the commentary, Ujjasvala Atyanta Tejomaya Ye Nijavibhavaha Svavibhutayaha Tavihi Urdhvam Upari Adaha Adhobhage Tiriyam Sarvadik Koneshu Ashnuvanaha Vyaptavan. So I am the fire of knowledge, and I am blazing with that pure consciousness that is me, myself. And all that is seen in the whole cosmos is only the splendor of my own nature. So Atman alone is appearing as the whole cosmos. That's the idea. So in the Bhagavad Gita 10th chapter, Vibhuti Yoga, there also Bhagavan has very clearly stated that the Vibhuti is non-different from Bhagavan. So it is not that Bhagavan is someone else and Vibhutis are something else. No, it is only Bhagavan's own expression as this whole Vibhuti in the cosmos. So here also the same idea is taught here. in or everywhere that you see this vibhuti of Bhagavan only. Sarvadik koneshu ashnuvanaha vyaptavan. I am all pervading as the vibhutis. That is of the cosmos. Uha poha vicharehi. So this is very important. Uha poha vichara. Uhaha tarkaha. Apohaha tarka nirakaranam. So uha is the supplying or creating or creatively thinking of reasoning, positively reasoning, and is the negation of wrong reasonings. So tarka nirakaranam. So tabhyam vicharehi taihi vichara tabhyam vicharaha taihi uradikrita angīkrita iva pratīmano ahameva. So whatever the Shastram has established as the Atman and the Aikyam between the Atman and Brahman and the Mithyatvam of the world, all that has been done with the help of logic, and that established truth is me alone. So this Muha Poha Vichakshana is something very, it's very familiar to us. In the Viveka-Chudamani, we have got a sloka, Medhavi Purusho Vidwan Uha Poha Vichakshanaha Adhikari Atma Vidyayam Ukta Lakshana Lakshitaha. So, apart from the Sadhana Chaturthaya Sampatti of Viveka, Vairagya, Samadhishatka Sampatti and Mumukshutvam, the Viveka-Chudamani specifies a further list of qualifications, which it is something like skill sets that the aspirant has to possess. So, Medhavi, so he has to be a very intelligent person. That is his Medha, that is his intellect has to be very, very sharp. Medhavi, Purushaha, he has to be daring. Then Vidwan, he has to be a learned person, in the sense he has to be exposed to the various shastras like Vyakaranam, Mimamsa, logic and all that, Vinaya and all that. Then then Vidwan, Uha Poha Vichakshanaha. So Uha is, as we see here, it is Tarka, and Apoha is the negation of wrong Tarka. So that's the meaning given here. But we can take in the Viveka-Chudamani context, Uha is in the course of the teaching, the Acharya or the Shastram text would not have said certain things. It would have bypassed certain things, or it would have left certain things unsaid. And an intelligent aspirant will be able to supply that which is unsaid. So he should be able to think up, imagine what has been left out and use it, supply himself and use it for his own sadhana. So that is Uha. Apoha is supposing the Acharya or the text is saying certain things which are not required for this aspirant. It might be required for some other aspirants, but this aspirant doesn't see the need for those things. So those things he cuts off, or he simply leaves them away, so that it doesn't have any special use for him. So it is something like truncating. So if he wants, he can simply leave them off. So that is apoha. So these two capabilities have to be there in an aspirant. That's why it has been specified in the Viveka-Chudamani as Adhikari Atma Vidyayam. A person possessing all these is an Adhikari for Atma Vidya, apart from the Sadhana Chaturthaya Sampatti, which also again is about Adhikari only. Ukta Lakshana Lakshitaha. So here this Uha Poha is very nicely stated here in this shloka. So the Shastram itself is engaging itself in the Uha Poha. Acharya also will be engaging in he will be using these tools like Uha and Apoha while teaching also. So these are all very important, and these are found in the text also, Shastram text also. Then, for example, very, very clearly, logic will be there. And while teaching that this one Eka Vijnanena Sarva Vijnanam, that is, by knowing one, everything is known, in the Chandogya Upanishad itself, it starts off by giving analogies, three analogies: clay products, gold products, and iron products. So with these three analogies, it is establishing that knowing the cause will result in the knowledge of the entire range of effects. So that is that kind of knowledge is required for moksha. That is the idea. So that a lot of reasoning is used there also. Vacharambanam vikaro namadeyam vrittiketyeva satyam. So while specifying those three analogies, the Upanishad itself says that the effects, that is karyam, effects of those causes, that is a material cause, the effects of those material causes like pot, etc., saucer, etc., they are not real by themselves. They are real only as their material cause. So only the material cause in those effects is real, whereas the name and form of those effects are unreal. So that's what this Upanishad itself says. So these are all these things come under the category of logic, tarka. So in the next sloka, Rishiraham, Rishiganoham, Srishtiraham, Srijamanam ahameva, Riddhiraham, Vriddhiraham, Triptiraham, Tripti, Deepa, Deeptiraham. So all that aham is there to enable us to contemplate in this way. So Rishiraham. So Rishi is someone who is endowed with the ability of knowing the past, the present, and the future. So that is a special feature of that Rishi. Rishi Darshane, that is also one important etymological meaning of Rishi Darshane. Then Rishi Ganoham. So that Saptarishi Samuha is also me only. Then Srishti, that is the creation, is me alone. I am alone expressing myself as this whole creation. So this can be very clearly connected, or we can connect ourselves to this Srishti by seeing that when we wake up from deep sleep, the whole world comes to the fore, and when we go into sleep, all the whole world goes into us. How do we say that it has gone into us? Because when we see that when we wake up, everything comes from us only, it has gone into us only in sleep. So Srishti, Sthiti, Laya, all that is attributed to the Ishvara, whereas this Srishti, Sthiti, Laya of daily Dainandina Srishti, Sthiti, Laya and all that can be experienced by us, by ourselves, and this is what is also the aim of the Shruti, teaching the cosmic Srishti. In the Kaivalya Upanishad, for example, we have got a mantra itself, Mayeva Sakalam Jatam, Mayi Sarvam Pratishtitam, Mayi Sarvam Layam Yati. So the aspirant has to contemplate on this basis that everything emerges from me, and everything rests in me, and everything finally lapses in me alone. So that is the sadhana mentioned in order to help this aspirant gain the Sarvatma Bhava. So here, Riddhiraham, so Srijamanam ahameva. So it very clearly says that everything that is created is me alone. I am creating me alone as this whole world of variety, just as we create ourselves as the whole range of objects, events, and all that we see in the dream. So the dream that we see, that what we witness in the dream is not coming from some outside source. It is come from us only. So we are the creator of the dream, and all that is seen in the dream, including ourselves as an entity in the dream, and all the other objects and the people and all that, the events and all that, and the emotions and all that, everything is I alone giving expression to me alone, but not with any premeditated sankalpa, but it happens just like that. So here, so Srijamanam ahameva. So what is being created is me alone. Riddhiraham, Vriddhiraham. Riddhi is all that splendor or samriddhi, that is plenty, whatever is that is Riddhi. Then Vriddhi is what is happening as increasing upward things. And then Triptiraham. So I am the one who has attained the highest satisfaction. Because Atma Swarupam, the Atma Ananda is the one which is expressing itself to as small Jiva Anandas, whereas I am that Ananda itself, the very source of all Ananda. So I have attained that because as a result of that, I am experiencing the highest rate of Tripti. And then Tripti Deepa Deeptiraham. So Sarvakamavapti Lakshanaha, your Deepaha. So I am blazing with that kind of or I am shining forth with this kind of tripti. So the commentary says, Rishirakam, Rishihi Atita Anagata Vartamana Drashta. So the one who is capable of seeing or knowing what has happened in the past and what is happening now everywhere, even if it is outside the range of his senses, everything is known by him, and even the future. So even for Kavi also this kind of definition will be given, is given in the Shastram. Then Rishi Ganaha, Saptarishi Samuhaha. So the Saptarishi is what they are spoken of is actually me alone. Then Srishtihi Sargaha. Sargaha is Srishti. Srijamanam Sakala Bhuta Sangaha. So I am the one which is appearing as the whole cosmos, which is a product of Panchabhutas, that is, which is the immediate product of the Panchabhutas, and through the Panchabhutas, I alone am expressing as this whole creation. Dhritihi Samriddhihi, Vrittihi Tasabhavaha, then Triptihi Sarvakama Avaptihi. So, Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman Soshnute Sarvan Kaman Saha. So the Taittiriya Upanishad says, Brahmavidapnoti Param. So the Brahmavid attains the highest, and as a result of that, the highest is Brahman, and he becomes Brahman alone. That is, he realizes himself to be Brahman, and as a result of that, he is knowing himself or realizing himself as Parama Anandam. And that knowing or realizing that Parama Ananda or the Maha Ananda or Brahmananda is expressed in that Upanishad as Soshnute Sarvan Kaman Saha. That is, he literally he experiences or enjoys all the things that are enjoyable or things that are meant for enjoyment in the whole cosmos or in the whole Srishti. For that, Bhagavad Pada gives in the clarification in the Bhashyam that it is not like our enjoying one thing after the other. No, it's not like that. It is simultaneously he is enjoying everything. So what it means is it is not literally or physically enjoying the things, but it is realizing that all the enjoyments are in the world are only part or only small reflections of his true nature of joy or bliss. Sarvakamavapti Lakshanaha Yaha Deepaha Tasya Deeptihi Prabha Prasaro Ahmeva. So that Sarvakamavaptihi, that is the attainment of everything, which is giving expression as this bliss, the fuel or the fire that helps this expression is me alone. So that realization that Atma Surupam, the Chaitanya Surupam, is expressing as the Sarvakama Avaptihi. So the lessons shown in this shloka. Ekoham Yidrisham Evamiti Spurita Bheda Hitoham Yashtavyo Aham Anihaihi Sukrita Antasukritanubhuti Rahitoham. So Ekoham. So I am one alone without any second, without no differences. That is Swagata Sajatiya Bheda, Vijatiya Bheda, and Swagata Bheda. So Sajatiya Bheda is there is none like me, there is none like me as an another entity. That is Sajatiya Bheda. Like, for example, in the case of anything in the creation, there is one tree and there is another tree. So there's Sajatiya Bheda is there. Whereas with respect to Brahman, that kind of Sajatiya Bheda is not there. Then Vijatiya Bheda, something which is not of my type, that also doesn't exist. Whereas in creation, all things are different from each other. So that's Vijatiya Bheda is also there in the creation. Then Swagata Bheda, that is parts in oneself. Like in a tree, there are so many parts. Even though the tree is one unit by itself, still we can see so many parts in the tree, like roots, the trunk, the branches and leaves and flowers and fruits and all that. Whereas that kind of internal distinctions or divisions are not there in Brahman. So that Trivida Bheda Shunyam is Ekaha Aham Etar Yidrisham Eva Iti Spurita Bheda Rahitoham. So I am free from that idea of I am like this or I am like that, because there is none or similar to Atman. So analogy is not there for the Atman or Brahman. So I am free from any kind of attempts to make me look like I am like this or I am like that and all that. So I am free from all that kind of attempts. Then Yashtavyo Aham Anihaihi Antasukrita Anubhuti Rahitoham. So I am the one, if anybody does any yaga, that yaga is with a view to enjoy some fruits of that yaga. And I am the one which is sought after by anybody while doing any yaga. So, Yashtavyaha Ahameva Aham Anihaihi. That is by the one who is free from any of the longings. So there can be yaga or something which can be free from any longings. That is, if somebody is doing it as a nitya karma, as an offering to God, that also is me only. Anihaihi Antasukrita Anubhuti Rahitoham. So I am free from the idea of I have attained so many things and all that. That kind of punya. That punya is a phalam of some action. So I am free from that kind of an action, because that kind of a proof, because anything that has been attained through some action is bound to perish. So that kind of perishable attainment also is not in me. So that is the idea. So ekaha sarvabheda rahitaha etadidam idrisham etate etat prakarameva evam evamitsam iti ityadi yatspuritam manasaha kalpana jadam taretat bhedarahitoham ahomeva. So in the world we have so many things like this is like that, and this is of this nature only, and this is of this type and things like that. So all these things are possible in the world. That's why we have got a nice, this concept is being brought out by Bhagavat Pada in the Dakshinamurti Stotram. All that Veda and Sambandha. So that Veda, Sambandha, all that is negated in that shloka of the Dakshinamurti Stotram. Jagridadi, so that all the states and the Sarvas Avasthas will be, so that Veda and Sambandha, that Pitru-Putra Veda and Guru Shishya Veda, all that is being negated in that shloka. The same way here also, all kinds of Veda. So only when there is Veda, there is possibility to compare one with another. So that kind of distinction, connections, and all that is Sambandha, Veda, and all that is negated there. Then Anihaihi Pada Asha Buddhi Rahitaihi Yashtavyaha Yagneshu Yajaniyaha Antasukrita Anubhuti Rahitaha. So Anihaihi Para Asha Buddhi Rahitaihi. So those Rahitaihi, those who are bereft of attaining any worldly fruits, when they do some yaga, and that yaga is only dedicated to Bhagavan or yaga, because they have taken up this practice of karma yoga and Ishwararpana buddhi only with a view to attain that true nature of themselves, which is Ishwara's true nature. So Anihaihi Palasha Buddhi Rahitaihi Yashtavyaha Yagneshu Yajaniyaha Antaspura Sukrita Anubhuti Rahitaha Antaha Antakarane Sukrita Anubhuti Punyatma Hameva Aham Evam Lakshana Tadrahito Hameva. So if a person thinks that he is Punyatma, then he is acknowledging himself as a karta of that punyam and also a bhokta of that punya phalam. So these two things are not there for the Atman, and for a person who has realized himself as the Atman, these two things are not good on his part to even think of these things. So he is saying that I am free from these any thoughts of I am punyavans and all that. So that Sukritam is what is stated here. Sukritam is punyam, Dushkritam is papam. Then Aikyavabhasakoham Vakya Parijnana Pavanamathinam Aisha Mahameva Tatvam Naisha Tama Praya Moha Mihiroham. So Aikya Bhava Bhasakoham. So whatever oneness that has been realized, so I am that consciousness that is illumining this Aikya, that is Aikya oneness, the idea of oneness is illumined by me, the consciousness. Then Vakya Parijnana Pavanamatinam, those who have the true meaning of the Mahavakyas, those and attain and realize the meaning of that Mahavakyas, for those, the Aikyam that they have realized is illumined by the consciousness. So here we can see that the Akantaka Vritti that is being stated and which illumines the Akantaka Vritti, and that's how a person knows also that he has attained it. Then Aisham Ahamevam Tattvam Swarupam. So this Atma Swarupam is my very Swabhava. Ahameva Tattvam Naishatama Praya Moha Mihiroham. So Naishatama is the tamas, night. And the tamas is equated to this Ajnanam, and Ajnanam creates Moham and all that. So for that Moha, that is darkness of Ajnana, and the sun, which drives away the darkness. So Mihiroham. So Moha Mihiroham. So Aikya Avabhasakaha iti. Aikya Avabhasakaha Aikyam Ekatvam Tasya Avabhasakaha Prakashakaha Vakya Parijnana Pavana Matinam Mahavakyotham Yat Parijnanam Brahmaswabhava Bodaha Tena Pavana Vishuddha Matihi Yesham Tesham. So the aspirants who have attained the realization of oneness with Brahman, for through the analysis and the contemplation of the meaning of the Mahavakya, and that attainment which is expressing itself as a realization, and I am the one which is the consciousness which illumines that realization. Aisham Ahameva Tattvam Swabhava Swarupam Naishatama Praya Moha Mihiraha Nisha Sambandhi Yattamaha.